guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I want to do I want to show to you some orchids. I have some very exciting updates for you. I am having quite a few surprises from my orchids, and I thought I would share them with you. But before I actually start doing this video, I want to apologize in advance. My video will seem rather weird. I kind of hurt myself at my last workout, and right now I cannot completely stretch my arms. I think I'm not sure how it's called in English. It's like a muscular tension. Anyway, I will search it and maybe put it in the description. Alright, so here we are having some beautiful blooms from my Vanda Delight. The blooms are rather indigo in color. They have just opened, so they will enlarge more in size when they are opening. They are very, very small, and in the first week they will become as big as my palm. So that is quite nice. The spike grew really fast, and it seems like I will have seven blooms from it, and the other spike is staling. I guess he is waiting for this one to finish, and then she will produce another one. So this would mean that she will be in bloom for almost all summer long, which is quite nice. She is having quite a lot of fruits. She's branching, she's growing really nice. She loves growing in this glass vase, and here I will try to turn it around for you. We are seeing that I actually staked the orchid for a bit, because I wanted the orchid to stay with, or at least to try to make the orchid stay with the base of the stem as to my mom is shaking. Alright, so as I was saying, I am trying to make the orchid stay with its base as top, as close to the top of the glass vase as possible, because we want as much air ventilation to the base, because the actually leaves can rot if you don't provide enough air ventilation and they have too much moisture. In case you missed my Vanda care tutorial, I will put you a link in the description of this video and in the comment section below. It's super easy, and I never let water on the bottom. So that is that, and right now the orchid doesn't stay as I originally put her. That meaning sort of like this, because I think I need to make a stronger tie, and also if I try to stake her right now, I am afraid that the blooms won't face the correct direction, so I will just, I will just leave it as she is. Here I have the Christmas cactus, and it has dropped all its blooms, none of them opened, and now she is in full growth mode, let's say. So this thing wasn't here last week, and these weren't here as well, so this is how fast she is growing. Quite a nice plant. Let me know if you want me to do a care tutorial for African violets. I am growing them in semi-hydro, by the way, so yeah, that is quite interesting, let's say. This is that Vanda lavender mist that I have received from one of my viewers. She was very badly infested with spider mites, and I completely treat her. Of course the leaves look quite bad because the damage is permanent, but I cannot do more than this. But what do you know, she has grown quite a few roots. She didn't have good roots in the past. All these blackish ones are the roots she came with, and she didn't grow any root tip for a year until now, and now she is growing very well for me. And here I am seeing, I'm trying actually to show to you as well. I hope my camera will focus. There at the base I do have a brand new spike. I have never seen this orchid in bloom. As I said, she stalled completely. She didn't like, of course, being infested with so many mites, but now she is starting to grow again, faster and faster. The roots look right. And yeah. And here we have my BC or Brassavola, actually yellow bird, and she surprised me with the spike. It was actually trapped here in this leaf, and it was all accordion shaped like, and I released it, and now we can see it did straighten up, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buds, which is quite nice. I'm trying to turn the orchid so the buds don't touch the glass, because that can make them blast. The glass does become very hot when the sun hits it, so I'm trying to do that. Or maybe I will put a stake and stake the spike. Yeah, I think that is a better idea. And what else? We have quite a few growths, which also will spike. I'm sure she always bloom for me. She does produces quite a lot of growths per year, usually at least 9. I'm trying to see if here I don't have also a bended spike, but I cannot see anything in there yet. So yeah, we will actually see this orchid in bloom in about 2 weeks from now. I am quite excited because this orchid is very fragrant at night. As for this orchid, she seems that she is getting more and more hydrated day by day. The wrinkles are less visible, and yeah, she doesn't seem to mind at all sitting like this in water all the time. Now I'm actually putting the spikes in here to make sure she doesn't sleep inside the water, and this is how she stays. I didn't change the water for a few days now, so today I think I will change the ingredients of the fertilizer, because right now she's staying in magnesium, so now I want to put her in some normal MSU fertilizer. But yeah, it's quite interesting how long she can stay in water without actually harming herself. Really interesting. And here I have my Vanda Sunada Exotic Purple, and this orchid seems that it wants to be a mother. I can see that on the base. So we have in the middle a very big root, and in the right side, in there, she seems that she wants to grow a keiki. I don't think she would bloom so down the stem, and we will actually see in the next week if some leaves unfold. That means that thing is a keiki. And in the left side she is producing the same thing, growing a bit slower, but that is okay. And also she is growing roots like crazy. And here I have many things that I am super excited about. So here I have my Cattleya Chianti Lodison Summer Beauty, and I was saying that for the first time in 3 or I think it are 4 years she has produced a sheet for me. Of course, this is the biggest growth she ever produced. It is super tall, and look at that. I hope you actually can see how fat the sheet is at the base. This is because the orchid has a few buds inside. That is super interesting. What else? In here I have a pink Cattleya Cross, and I have purchased this orchid last year from Secret Garden, and she is growing 4 growths for me, and these 2 already have sheets inside, and in them, if I try to press on the tip, I feel some air. That usually means that that particular Cattleya will produce indeed some buds. it's not really a rule, but that is my experience. If I feel some air inside the sheet, that sheet is more likely to have buds inside. Okay, and in here I have my Cattlesium Jade, and for the first time she has multiple blooms. I have this orchid for 1.5 years now, and she has bloomed 3 times for me, 2 times with 2 blooms and 1 time with 1 bloom. That was last time she bloomed. Then she has produced a suitable which didn't bloom at all, and now she is producing a very nice spike. I think I can count 6 buds, so that will be very interesting because the blooms are very fragrant. Let's see. My Cattleya Pantum Green here also has a very big sheet, and she has air inside. I keep looking at the sheet, but for now she doesn't have any buds. But we will actually see if she will confirm that that particular sheet will produce buds. And there I have a Cattleya species which has a very pink sheet. And I'm pretty sure that that orchid won't bloom. The sheet is starting right now, I think, to dry, and she never had air inside. And that is another indication for me. But of course we sometimes have sheets without air which bloom. Alright, let's see what else I have for you. And here I have a good and a bad news at the same time. This is my Phalaenopsis Leodora. She has grown a very big leaf, which was very beautiful until I have moved her into higher light, and of course I produced a sunburn, but I will do a video about sunburns later. The good news would be that she is growing a brand new spike for me, which hasn't been affected by the sunburn at all. Another interesting thing it is that my Stanhopea, it is growing indeed some roots and 2 new growths, but I really need to move her in a basket, or just to put more moss on top, because these new growths have the tendency first to grow a bit down and then to rise upwards. So I want her to grow nicely, let's say. The Phalaenopsis cakeys, which I am propagating, seem to be growing very good. That is quite a nice thing, because the mother plant is that one that it was in the container with water, so the cakeys actually are more healthy than the mother plant. Alright, in here this Paphiopellorum Rothschildianum crossed with Leucocilum seems to be doing really well in my hair. What I have discovered it is that some types of moss which I have collected from the forest do remain green, and some of them are not able to survive. So it's more of a matter of moss type and its requirements than something you particularly do. So if you will collect the proper moss, it will remain green. If no, it will die, and as the normal moss, in about 1 to 2 years it will rot. But what I wanted to show to you, it is that here inside we seem to have some growing things. Here and here I'm sure it is a leaf, but this one seems to be a bit more mature, and I think she might actually have a spike, so I am super excited for that. Let's see. And here we have a mini Phalaenopsis with gorgeous blooms, which is producing a lot of side branches for me, which is quite nice actually. She has 3 new branches. They are continuing to grow and push up buds, and she is also growing new leaves and new roots. So yeah, she's quite a happy plant. So I have forgot to show to you this. This is that Cattleya which had a very weird fungal disease. We can see it here, really weird strikes, and for the first time What do you know? This new growth didn't produce any black necrotic spots, and indeed she does have some discolorations and some purple markings, but of course it is a step forward. So alrighty, I think this would be pretty much all for today, guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will be more than happy to answer them for you as soon as I will have a bit of time. Thank you very much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye!